Hi, this is David Hobby from Strobis.com, and what I've got here is, I think, the very first Orbis ring flash to come into the United States. So I thought I would give you guys a little bit of a closer look and do like an unboxing and show some comparisons between the Ray Flash version of the ring flash adapter and the Orbis version of the ring flash adapter. So let's see. This is a little low tech. I've just got my Canon G9 up over the coffee table, but this is what you see when you open the box. The first thing you notice is, compared to the Ray Flash, the light source itself is going to be much bigger. So I would expect that that's going to give a softer light when you're shooting the ring flash pictures. My guess is it also may translate into a little bit less efficiency. So that may be something that you need to take into account. If you're going to be doing this mostly outside, you might want to think about the Ray Flash. If you're going for best quality of light, my guess is you probably want to think about the Orbis. But pulling this out, looking up into this, I don't know if you can see that there are all kinds of like cool little mirrors in there to move the light around. It's a fairly complex thing. As you can see, these little passageway thingies are all lined with reflective surfaces on the outside, and he definitely has some extra diffusion in here to make up for the fact that it is going to be brighter in the part where it's closest to the flash. It's a little bit, as some people have said, a little bit of a bagel with a bite taken out of it thing right here. My experience with that with the add-on ring flashes is this actually is typically a good thing, because it helps to counteract the extra light that's coming out from the bottom. That is to say that this light is going to be stronger, so you don't need this intensity of light. The times where you will pick it up, you will see not quite exactly circular highlights in people's eyes if you're coming in really close. But again, if you're coming in close enough to see that, it's no big deal to Photoshop that in if you want to do that after the fact, if you're into the perfectly round highlights. Quickly looking at this is an SB26, which has got one of the bigger heads out there, and even though mine has Velcro on it, it will go in with no problem. I noticed maybe even a tad room to spare. So I would expect a 580, 540s, all those things would fit. The SB800 has one of the smallest heads, and that's going to fit just fine. I would note that if you expect to support this flash, it's probably going to fall out if you hold it upside down like that. The main difference between the design of the Orbis ring flash and the Ray Flash ring flash adapters is that the Orbis is a one-size-fits-all, or like one-size-fits-most at least, situation, whereas the Ray Flash is set up to be camera and flash specific. So if you're using the same flash and the same camera size, like a Nikon D200 or D300 or D700, as opposed to the bigger D3 or D2X, D2HS, that sort of thing, if you have consistency with that, this is more of an option for you. This will work with any camera and flash. But the advantage on this is everything is mounted together. So you will have you have a one-hand solution. You're going to have to do this with two hands or mount this on a light stand. Obviously, it'd be very easy to build a little 1/4x20 L bracket to support this from the bottom of your camera. So I don't think that'll be a problem for many of the DIYers. As opposed to the ring flash from Ray Flash mounts on the flash, which is on the camera, so your syncing and TTL issues are already taken care of. The Orbis ring flash will need to have some kind of external sync, whether that is a Pocket Wizard or an eBay remote, or more likely an off-camera TTL cord will do the trick just fine. So going further into the box, let's see, got a couple of cards, instructions, aim at subject, fire at subject, that kind of thing. But he actually has written a very good instruction guide here, showing how to clean it, what it's built to do, what it's not built to do, that sort of stuff. It comes with a neck strap or shoulder strap, so if you're shooting with flash, have a sync cord in your pocket, you can just keep this thing over your shoulder and use it when you want to use it. If you're working away from your camera bag or case, like if you're shooting a wedding or something of that nature. And last but not least, a carrying case done in camouflage yellow. So if you're in an all yellow environment, this will slip right into the background. But my guess is to make sure that his front doesn't get messed up. It is a high impact plastic design. Just feeling it, I don't feel like it's going to have any problem at all with durability. Looking at the size of this, I would think definitely with your bigger 2.8 lenses, like the 70-200 zoom and the 24-70 2.8, for instance, you're probably not going to want to shoot with these with shades, because the shade is going to be bigger and stick out the front. My guess is you're going to want to take these off, take the shades off the lenses before you use it. But there is diffusion everywhere on the front, and extra diffusion and sort of light-eating material in the back. No light leakage out the back from what I can tell. And a closer look at this design, you can see that these guys they're like springy plastic there. There's some reflective surfaces really everywhere. They clearly have gone to some trouble to make this as efficient as possible. I'm going to be doing some tests soon comparing the Ray Flash and the Orbis in terms of straight output, evenness of light, efficiency, just comparing the different kinds of light. I'm not going to get a chance to shoot with it for a few days because I'm getting ready to hit the road on another job, but I'm looking forward to shooting with it as soon as possible. Thanks much. This is David Hobby from Strobis.com with the Orbis Ring Flash Adapter.